guys, so today I was able to get my hands on one box of EB01 Memorial Collection. So this is an extra booster set, coming in between set 6 and set 7. It's got only one secret rare in it, I believe only 3 leaders, so definitely a smaller set in terms of card pool. But some of these cards in here definitely add, to some pretty big decks up and coming. Red Purple Law, and they'll get some stuff here and there. Sakazuki and Gecko Mori get a better 2K, I guess you could say. Just some small things like that. And Black Yellow Luffy gets a pretty big upgrade from this. Ace and Sabo kind of by extension, but not really too much compared to the others. But so yeah, we got one box. Luckily, I was able to get one from one of my friends. Gave me a pretty good price, so I'm thankful for that. And so yeah, we'll kind of just go through this, see what hits we get. I believe it is 3 hits, per box. So I think technically we do have a pretty good chance at getting, at least some cool stuff. Not too sure what exactly I'm going for. Maybe some yellow stuff just to kind of upgrade an L and whatnot, but or some Red Purple Law stuff. That's also a deck I'm looking at. So, right off the bat, Chopper. You gotta love Chopper. Nothing really like Chopper, So probably just gonna go through, the first couple 5, slowly, see what we get. I don't really know too much of what the cards in this do. I haven't really taken too much of a look at the set, minus like some stuff I know I have to be worried about, coming up at the Montreal Regional. But, we'll kind of sort some of this as we go along. None of these cards really too big of a deal. This card could be interesting, 3/5 with a counter. This card is actually very good. I believe it lets you redirect the attack. So if you have, your 8K or 8 cost body on board, you can redirect that to the crocodile body, which is pretty good. This card also, has some potential playing an L for 4 Dawn if you're at 1 life or you go down to 1 life. So it could have some implications there. And all right, so our first 2 rares are Scarlet and Ganfall. Nothing really too crazy there. I don't believe either of those cards really get played. I mean, Scarlet might get played in Rebecca, but who's really even playing Rebecca right now? This could see potential, 7/9 vanilla for Big Mom. Very, very possible, bigger bodies for Big Mom, and, that package, never a bad idea. Mino Schwaba, kind of a gimmick card, but, like, also it's a Purple Rush, so could have some implications somewhere. This Brook, don't really think there's too much going on here. A couple vanillas. This event could help out Red Green Law, not too sure how much. I think Red Green Law is just in a bad spot regardless, but definitely something worth looking into if you are a Red Green Law player. I was prior, until it pretty much died in set 5. But yeah, interesting card, got some potential. And we got an Ezo rare, and our first SR is a Chopper. First SR is a Chopper. If you guys don't know what Chopper does, 1, he's a 3/4 blocker, and then for 2 Dawn on attack, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3K for the turn. So it has some potential in Red Green Law. Is a blocker, also, caught or power minuser, so got some potential there. And all right, so we got a Koza. Nothing really too much there. And so, after the, next might be 3-4 packs, we'll kind of just steamroll through the actual hits. And so this Miss Monday actually has potential. On play, if your leader's Baroque works, you can give your leader or character 1K for the turn. So if you hit this out trigger, your leader could become a 6K for the turn, which isn't really the worst thing in the world. All right, and so this is the 2K. That's actually not too bad. So on play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. So the reason this isn't bad is 1, because it's searchable 2K. That's better than Virgo, more or less. And 2, in the event, you kind of just need 1 extra option for removal of a 2 cost or less. Definitely possible. And in Sakazuki, kind of happens a fair amount. You probably don't want to use this too much in Gecko, since you'd probably just rather play an Absalom for cheaper. But, it is another 2K option. And I didn't know this, but I guess there are no uncommons in this set. I guess it's just common rares, SRs, and whatchamacallit, the secret. All right, so some Wipered Pirate stuff. A couple other cards, the Mune Chihuahua. Luna. This Yamato could be interesting, 2K counter and give up to 1 Arrested Dawn to one of your characters or leaders, so it could be possible. Shambles. Hannibal is a leader. I haven't seen too many people try to cook with this. I think it has some potential, but, here and there. It's got ramp, whatnot. Card pull might be kind of iffy, blue-purple hasn't always been the best combination, but, there could be something there. One thing that does get better by this is Iceberg. There's a lot of Galila Company 5 costs that, come out with this, so definitely potential there for, just improving in general. So we got Khalifa and Daz Bones. Yeah, I mean, you kind of plus off this card, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, and you gain power for events. So blue-purple Croc support, nothing really too crazy there. All right, and after this pack, I think we'll kind of just, steamroll some stuff through the rest of the box here. So we've only got 1 SR so far. Destino. Land of Wano Vanilla, which could be possible, you know, if Land of Wano Vanillas aren't too bad. It'll come my way, definitely, you know, potential there. Like I said, potential with that too. I don't know if I'll be running it in mine, maybe as a one-of option, just to cheat out in an L, just one turn sooner or for cheaper. But I don't think it's necessarily worth running. Finger Pistol, drash 2 cards from top of the deck, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 5 cost or less. That's not bad, actually. And we got the Shirahoshi as our other SR. This Shirahoshi is actually really good for yellow into Gekomori matchups, because on KO by effect, you pretty much gain a life back. And if you play as a blocker, you know, if you block with it, it's essentially the same as gaining a life, because, you know, it's pretty much infinite power defense. So taking a life, getting a block, pretty much the same thing, but definitely really helps in the Gecko matchup. Definitely a good card for us to grab. Not mad about that at all. I'm personally looking for the yellow stuff, you know, making some upgrades to an L, stuff like that. So anything like that, even some red, purple, law stuff, you know, helpful. Funk Freed, we haven't seen that yet. Mini Mary, Mr. 9, Laboon, always love Laboon. I'm pretty sure, I think there's an SR Laboon in this. Forget. This Monday has potential. I don't think this event really has too much potential. It's you gain life, but, you know, 30 cards in trash. Maybe Rebecca, that's probably about it. And Gum Gum Champion Rifle. If your leader has Impel Down type, up to one of your leader characters gain 2k power for the battle, then return one of your opponent's active characters. That's actually pretty interesting. You could even return anything that you want. So, and there's no way you could defeat me. Up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 6k base power or less. That's not bad, but it's a counter. So I'm not too sure about that. I don't think there's really too much value there. All right, from here on out, we're kind of just gonna go through the hits at the back. We don't really care too much about the comments at this point. Just wanted to get a look for what was going on there. All right, so we got, you know, some more rares. This card's pretty good in Dofi, 7 Warlords, so, you know, play it off Dofi skill, free draw 1, not bad. Little Ors Jr., you know, would be KO'd by an effect. You can trash 1 event or stage card from your hand instead, so I guess meant to help Ace. I mean, slightly sticky card, but probably not really what Ace needs to get better. Opening packs is definitely not one of my specialties either. All right, and we got another Scarlet. Conquer of the Worlds, Ragnarok. Interesting. Die -1 KO up to one of your opponent's characters. Cost of 8 or less. That's interesting. That's actually kind of interesting. Definitely takes up the bulk of your turn, but, you know, as a potential removal option, not the worst. Not the worst. All right, and we got some more rares. Champion Rifle again. Khalifa. Khalifa, die -1. Water 7 leader, 2 card. Oh, add up to 2 character cards with a cost of 4 or less from your trash to your hand. That is not bad. Pretty much it's plus in a hand, and, you know, 5/5 body, you're fine with that. If you're gaining card advantage, not bad. So I'm pretty sure ratios are more or less the same. So, but we get 3 hits, so maybe hopefully we also get like 6 to 7 SRs. Oh, okay, first hit. First hit is a Shirahoshi. We are not mad about that at all, actually. I'm actually not mad at that at all, because definitely be playing that. So Shirahoshi. Not bad, not bad. Definitely a card too that, you know, looks pretty nice. Doesn't look bad at all. We'll take that. And then Off-White. I feel like I've heard of this card. So one of your leader or character cards gain plus 4k for the battle, so 2 for 4k counter. Top 3 of your deck. Add a Don Quixote cards. All right, it's okay. I mean, it's another event for Dofi, but green purple Dofi is more or less just kind of gone. So I don't really think it matters too much in that sense. Let's kind of reorganize this a little bit. Put this down here, put our actual hits up here at the top. I don't normally open too many boxes. I think the most I ever opened was for set 5. I opened 3. Not really too big. All right, this is actually super important. Red Purple Law, definitely a deck I'm interested in right now. So this Kid Killer rather, super good. You know, 4/5 rush, but if your opponent is at 2 or less life, he gains 2k power during the turn. So 4/7 rush character, but with Red Purple Law skill, you can basically cheat him out for 3 Dawn, and, you know, you're swinging 7. So really helps just that deck in general, getting more access to rush, and especially you know, basically a 3/7. Very, very good stat line. Only during your turn though, so is removable. Ooh, okay, all right. That's another really good hit. Viola. I think she's ran in Black Yellow Luffy, not too sure, but, you know, she's a blocker, and then, you know, one of her 2 skills that you can choose from. Look at all your opponent's life, place them, you know, back in any order, or, you know, turn all your life cards face down. So probably, maybe more so for Ace, potentially. Blue-Yellow Ace. Might have some potential there. And then we got Sanji Film. So I think the main reason people are interested in this card is because it's another searchable film 2K. which I believe Chopper was the only prior film searchable 2K. I don't think the skill necessarily matters, but, you know, searchable 2K, always nice. All right, so if we're 3 SRs in, we can probably expect maybe 3 to 5 more, depending. All right, but everybody who knows me from my local scene knows that I usually don't pull well, so we will probably get the low end of things. So another Ezo and Weevil. I think I would like to get, I mean, I don't know if you can get duplicate SRs per box, but if you can, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind getting Shirahoshi dupes, but I also wouldn't mind getting Brook SRs. All right, another Gonfall and Khalifa. It's all right. So we've pretty much passed the halfway point. I think we got, well, there's 24 packs in a box, so I think we got 11 or 12. Probably 11 after this, I think. All right, and so this is one that we haven't seen yet. You know, Scratchman Oppo. On play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. So it's all right. Probably the biggest factor is the fact that it's a Supernova searchable 2K. Not bad in that aspect. So just more searchable 2Ks, you know, not really the worst ever. Kind of start cleaning up the strategy here. But yeah, you know, searchable 2K is always a good thing. You could probably run it in Red Green Law if you really wanted to, or maybe when Bonnie comes out, the Supernova package that comes along with that. Definitely a possibility there. First card here, Mino Chihuahua. Oh, okay. So second hit is a Kid Killer alt art. That is pretty interesting. Definitely an interesting one to look at. It's got 3 characters in it, but obviously just the 2. So that's got a pretty nice art to it, if I do say so. And obviously a very runnable card. So we'll put that up there. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't think this set is going to end up having too many expensive cards. One, because I think the set might be weirdly printed a fair amount compared to 06. But also, the cards in this, like, I think a lot of the cards aren't too crazy valuable. They aren't too crazy valuable. Like, only a couple cards are really used across most decks, but I don't think there's one that's super coveted. So we got a 4-drop Hiyori. So activate main, trash this character. Play up to 1 Land of Wano type character card with a cost of 5 or less other than this named card from your hand and draw 1. Okay, so you can pretty much just jump up 1. So I guess on a 3-Don turn with Kinemon, you can play this, use this skill, get a 5 out on a 3-Don turn, and you draw 1. So you more or less are just evening out. So not bad. Not bad. You can cheat out a Yamato early, for example. All right, we are coming down here. So we've already got 2 hits. We can only expect 1 more max, which is fine. All right. Ooh, okay. Yep, this is what we need here. Honestly, both of them we kind of need. So Flampe is probably the most coveted yellow card in this set. I'm sure the alt art will probably be pretty good. So she is on play. You can add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life to your hand, and then you draw 1. So you're kind of drawing 2, but you are just straight plussing. And in Black Yellow Luffy, this card is fantastic. In an L, I'm trying to figure out if it's worth running. I'm not too sure yet. It is a little weird because you don't necessarily want to just eat your life as soon as possible in an L. You're fine with taking the hits, but you want to soak up the hits. You don't just want to, like, run through your life. But definitely a good card in general. And Cavendish, in general, is a good card. You know, whether it's for Red Green Law or potentially, you know, Supernova based Kid, because he is on play and on attack. If your leader is Supernova type and you have no other Cavendish on the board, you can set 2 of your Dawn cards as active. So basically playing with, you know, +2 Dawn per turn. So definitely very good. I think there is potential for it to help out those 2 decks. Not sure how much, because I would assume the best green deck still would probably be Uta, just because of all the versatility that the deck has. And Red Green Law, I think still just because Sakazuki exists and Gecko also exists, probably not worth too much going into. Oh, okay. All right. So our last hit for the box is a Kozuki Odin alternate art leader. This art is actually insane. This art is pretty insane. Wow. That is pretty crazy. That is actually very nice. I wasn't really planning on building this leader. I haven't heard too much about it, either from the East or people near me who are interested in testing this. But yeah, that art's actually really nice. I know we're trying to get it focused, but, you know, oh well. Kind of just is what it is. It probably just looks cleaner down there if I just hold it down there. But yeah, not mad at that at all. Not mad at that at all. It's got a lot of the Wano characters caught up in the background. That's pretty sick. I wasn't even really too aware of, like, what he does as a leader, but, you know, all Land of Wano type character cards without a counter. So, okay. Have 1,000 counter during... Okay, so just according to the rules, 1,000 counters. So basically, character cards with Land of Wano are no longer dead cards in your hand. And I'm pretty sure there was a fair amount, so maybe that's why. And then Dawn times 1 when attacking. If you have a Land of Wano type character with a cost of 5 or more, Leader gains 1k until the start of your next turn. Okay, so essentially a 6k leader, more or less. Huh. That is interesting. I never really put too much thought into playing it, but that's not bad. That is not bad. All right, well, we got our 3 hits out the way, so I think we can expect maybe 3 more of these packs to have SRs, maybe 4 if we're lucky. And that'll pretty much round out the box there. Not mad about these hits at all, actually. All right, so there was a Laboon. I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't too sure if there was a Laboon SR in this or not, but there is. And so this does activate main, rest this character, give up to one of your opponent's characters, -4 cost during the turn. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. I can kind of see some warrior plays off of that if you call this as standing, and then if you call Helmeppo as rest, use this, you essentially get -7 right there, and it's got 1k counter. Not playable off Rebecca is the only thing that jumps out to me, so Hina might still just be the better alternative, plus this card is non-searchable, Hina is searchable. But definitely interesting. Don't know if we'll see it too much, but yeah. All right, Little Oars Jr. and another Kid Killer, that is great. We need those. Unfortunately, we are a Bon Clayless box, and ideally, I would like to get that card. That way I can run Red Purple Law. But, you know, we'll make do without it. I also haven't gotten any... If I got a single... Okay, we've gotten like 3 yellow rares. That is not great, because that was my main focus, is yellow this set. So kind of need those yellow rares. All right, speak of the devil. So Kingdom Come, which I believe the alternate name is just Rygo, which honestly sounds a lot cooler. And so this card, you know, main, KO up to one of your opponent's characters, then trash cards from the top of your life until you have 1 life card. So this is really good for NL and, you know, Yellow Mirrors or NL and kind of any matchup where they have a fair amount of top end. You know, Katakuri, technically Sakazuki and Moria, because you can clear the Geckos. I'm trying to figure out the proper timings on when it feels most advantageous to use this card, because you can't do this and play a bigger body in the same turn. Obviously, you just don't have the Dawn for it. But, you know, definitely still a good card. Definitely worth running. With Reject also getting banned, you know, this is a great removal tool for the deck, for yellow in general. So definitely happy about that. And then, you know, we got Bluno, another Water 7 type aid card. It's not a 5 cost, you can't play it off the leader skill. So on play, Dawn -1. If you have your leader Water 7 type, play up to 1 Water 7 type that costs 5 or less other than Bluno from your hand or trash. That is very good. You are just raw plussing, actually. That is very good. Iceberg, you know, one of my friends that I play with, he is the #1 Nami ranked player, and so he messes around with Iceberg a lot. And you know, he's been telling us, you know, he's been cooking, so we might see some cool Iceberg action. All right, yeah, this is honestly, this box is pretty good. We got a Brook as well. Brook has some potential here, I think, with some plays. You know, 3/4 1k counter, and on play and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost, and then, you know, K up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. So that latter half of that skill probably won't be used too much, but that's all right. I think there is potential there. You know, maybe some Rebecca combos and whatnot. So we are down to our last pack. We have gotten 7 SRs. We got our 3 hits. So maybe if we're lucky, we get 1 more SR. If not, this is a straight double rare pack. Can't really be too mad about this box, though. It is a leader box. Not too sure if the leaders are really worth too much, but hey, I'm pretty fine with this. All right, it is just 2 rares. Scratch, Minapu, Sanji. So, yeah, overall, I guess it's a okay-ish box. I mean, we got the Shirahoshi. We got the Alt-Art Shirahoshi. Both cards I can use, you know, Kid Killer, Chopper, not bad at all. Cavendish, okay. I think the Brook and the Viola are kind of okay. I think Laboon is probably going to be kind of worthless if I really have to guess. But yeah, I'm not mad about it. I think it's pretty good. You know, we got an Ultra Art leader that just looks sick. I actually love the way they did this art. I don't know what the other Ultra Art leaders look like for Hanya Ball and Kiros, but you know, Kid Killer Alt Art, I think this will be pretty coveted. That's right now, I'm pretty sure this is one of the most, if not the most played deck over in the East, and you know, people are just going to want to play it even more. So hey man, overall, I can't complain. I think we got a good box. So shout out to my friend City, the one who hit me up with it. So definitely glad to do that. I wish I got some more yellow rares. You know, another Flampe, you know, maybe 1 more Flampe would have been nice, but you know, kind of is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm glad you guys checked this out. I'm glad I could bring it to you. Been wanting to do an opening of some sort on the channel for a minute, but you know, haven't been able to get too much product lately on my side. So glad we could do this. You know, brand new set release. You know, set 7's coming up in I think a month or 2 months, something like that. So try to get hands on for one of those. But yeah, other than that, glad you guys could check it out. You know, we got some pretty fire hits here, and you know, definitely stay tuned, watch some of those other matches and whatnot, and we'll see what we can cook up for EB01. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a good one.